You know, for any pet owner, hearing the word tumor it's heartbreaking. But then, what if the solution you're offered, major surgery, feels just as scary as the diagnosis itself? Well, today, we're diving into a really groundbreaking approach that's offering a whole new kind of hope. Okay, just take a look at this. It's an incredible transformation. On the left, you've got a pretty serious tumor, and that picture was taken on December 28th. Now look to the right. That is the exact same spot, completely healed, just 60 days later. So the big question is, how on earth did this happen without a single cut?
This whole story really starts with the dilemma that, honestly, countless owners of older pets have to face. You get that tough diagnosis, and then you're hit with a choice that feels almost impossible, especially when your best friend is getting on in years or already has other health problems.
And let's be real, those fears are completely valid. You're worried about the risk of general anesthesia, right? Especially for a pet whose heart or kidneys might not be as strong as they used to be. Then there's the pain of a big operation. And after that, a long, stressful recovery that's hard on everyone. But it's because of these very real concerns that a new path is starting to open up. A way to fight the tumor head-on without ever having to use a scalpel.
It's called tumor necrosis injection therapy. Now, that sounds like a mouthful, but the idea behind it is actually simple and incredibly smart. A specially designed agent is injected literally straight into the tumor. The whole point is to be super precise, targeting only the bad cells while leaving all the healthy tissue around it completely alone.
So, how can a simple injection do something that usually takes a full-blown surgery to accomplish? Let's unpack the science here, because it's pretty fascinating. Instead of physically cutting the tumor out, this therapy basically convinces the tumor to destroy itself from the inside out. Think of it like this. You're cutting off its fuel line. The agent goes in and blocks the tumor's ability to get the energy it needs to grow and survive. The whole thing happens in 3 really clear steps. First up, you've got that precise injection, right into the tumor. Step 2 is something called selective necrosis. That's just the scientific way of saying the tumor cells start to die off because their energy source is gone. And finally, the body's own amazing healing power takes over. The dead tissue just falls away and new healthy skin grows right back in its place. Okay, so the science sounds really promising, but seeing it in action, that's something else entirely. Let's follow the incredible healing journey of a little poodle to see what this really looks like. So here's our patient, a 10-and-a-half-year-old poodle with a mammary tumor. Now, look at the owner's #1 concern here, an anesthesia accident. That was their biggest fear. So because of that, they chose to go with this non-surgical injection therapy we've been talking about.
And here's the timeline. On December 28th, the treatment starts. Just a few days later, by January 3rd, you can see the necrosis setting in. The tumor's dying. By the 9th, it's almost completely detached. And then, look at that. By February 19th, it's just gone. The skin is healed up, clean, and there's no surgical scar in sight.
And honestly, this might be the most important part of the whole story. Throughout that entire 2-month process, the poodle just kept on being a happy poodle. She was active, she was eating well, all the things that would have been so much harder if she were recovering from a major operation.
So what we're looking at here isn't just one amazing success story. It really points toward a potential new standard of care. It's a whole new way of thinking about how we treat tumors in our pets. I mean, when you just break down the advantages, you can see why this is so exciting. First and foremost, it's anesthesia-free. That is an absolute game changer. Just as important, the pet's quality of life stays high. Then you add in no surgical scars, very little physical stress, and a much faster recovery. Well, the case for this gets pretty powerful.
The difference is really night and day when you put them side by side. With traditional surgery, you're talking general anesthesia, cutting into healthy tissue, and a long, often painful recovery. With this injection therapy, no anesthesia, it only goes after the tumor cells, and the pet gets back to their normal, happy life so much quicker, with way less stress on their body.
I think the director of the animal hospital that developed this therapy just says it perfectly. The era when surgery was the only answer is over. Don't give up on treatment because of your pet's age or health. What a powerful message of hope, especially for owners who thought they were completely out of options.
So it really leaves us with this final thought. As veterinary science keeps moving forward, we're seeing treatments that aren't just more effective, but also, well, kinder. It really makes you wonder, could a simple injection be a warmer and ultimately a more scientific way to heal the pets that we love so much?